Happy Friday. I have a message to Chrysler. Uh, my dad wanted me to be safe, and because out of all his children, he felt that I was a child. And I stated I never asked for nothing, and he gave me a beautiful red Jeep, or burgundy, from 2000. And what had happened was I got rear-ended on a freeway going to Container Park. And I was hit at 70 miles an hour. They didn't even stop. The guy who hit me said he flew like a flying car. And it was something. In fact, if you notice here, I can show you the whole bottom here. It's like really, the skid plate is all the way up top. You can't close the door. There's just, can't open it. It's pretty much bad, It just took a beating in that. And I'm the second owner. So, this is what happened. We decided on a Friday on March. It was the weekend of Mother's Day. The weekend of Mother's Day, it was a Friday. And we decided to go to Container Park, which I have a favorite store that I like to go in there for little kids. It's like kids' toys and stuff. You have all kinds of fun things in there, and it's neat. And my daughter was sitting in back, and my husband was sitting in back, and my brother-in-law was sitting next to me, and I was driving. And what had happened was, without knowledge, when you get busy, when you get big weekends, when you get a lot more people who are coming to visit, you'll have fast and slow times, and you keep an eye on them. I was slowing down, and suddenly I was hit from behind without no knowledge. The car was literally up my butt, on my car's butt. Because of the safety features in which Chrysler implied in the Jeep Cherokee back in 2000, we were able to walk off. We did have injuries and pain, and we're still seeking, therapy for that. But we had thought a long time, I was afraid to drive. I didn't drive for almost 2 months. I still have a fear, like when I see people trying to back out or whatever, I'll beat my horn and stuff. But the fear is not as much, because we sat there and said, Chrysler really thought well of their Jeeps and how they make their Jeep Cherokees, and how I walked away from this, instead of losing my whole family, having the skid plate go all the way up front, literally someone not having skid marks, not having nothing. It's just pretty much you had somebody who went between 75 to almost 80 miles an hour, hitting another vehicle, coming into contact with our vehicle, hitting us so hard. He said he flew. Yes. We all walked away, and I thought, if it would have been a vehicle that didn't have a 5-star crash test, we wouldn't have made it. My husband and my daughter could have been either hospitalized or dead. So we had thought really hard about this. Well, we said, well, we would love to have another vehicle. And I had talked with my dad, and we were looking for Jeeps, and we wanted another Jeep. So we went and we bought another Jeep. We had to have another Jeep because of the fact we felt so safe. And another reason is because this Jeep Cherokee does have the 5-star crash test, and it's even bigger. And it's just as nice. I love the leather seats. I love how I feel when I do drive. So we bought another Jeep, and we're very happy with it. And I walked away along with my family members, so we didn't have to worry about that. I had to worry about having my husband or daughter who were sitting right in back. It was such a jolt. I've never expected to be in an accident. That's what they call them, accidents. And we walked away in that factor, even though, like I said, we're still seeing therapy and stuff because of our, problems that we've had to deal with. But in that case, Chrysler, you should be very proud, I mean, it could have been way worse if we would have had a vehicle that didn't have a five-star crash test. And I feel that Jeep isn't just something to look fancy and cute and have a status. It's more or less, we bought the Jeep that we have now because we wanted to feel safe. We want to know that with our skid plate under here, we can back up and see with all the things that are featured now, 17 years later, that we would feel safe in our Jeep. And we do. So I would like to thank the people who did build my Jeep in 2000, because it did definitely help our family out in a situation we never thought we would ever be, which is in an accident. Not many people are going to talk about and say, yeah, I was in an accident, and yeah, I was scared, I really thought, I could have lost 2 people in my family that I never thought that when I went out that Friday going to Container Park that I was ever going to lose a family while driving in Las Vegas and people not paying attention. So I bought another Jeep. And yeah, it's expensive, but we make the payments, and, we're a first-time buyer, and I'm very happy because I know that behind me is a Jeep that if I had another vehicle, it could have not even fared half as well. So that's the thing for people to think when they go and buy a car. Is it going to survive an accident? Are you going to make it? That's my thought to all you YouTubers and Chrysler. Thank you.